All right, so episode 3 of the next series. All right, so back to the dark podcast of um the soul. Okay, so first, once again, your soul emits, as in I am. Okay, emits. So and then your mind omits, and then your vessel basically, or you could say actually it would be more exact, your spirits emit. Okay, so that's where you get the concept of your presence from. Okay, your presence would not be possible to kind of interact. Well, how would you say, it's like sense, if you're or like touch in a way, if your spirit did not emit it through your vessel. Okay, because crystals reflect light. Okay, so that omission is basically the process will be copy, paste, and then send, like actually literally. So your spiritual your spirits send that energy through your vessel. Your mind omits that energy through, okay, your vessel, and then your soul emits the energy through your vessel, and that's how you get the concept of presence from. Okay, so your presence is made up of your essence, but when the pressure of your essence builds, you may believe that you are in the present moment. So having a strong presence is essentially being aware of yourself, of your soul and your mind and your spirit so deeply that the pressure of your essence has kind of like become so intense that it's emitting and omitting and emitting a very strong vibration, frequency, and tone, as well as radiation, which is where you get the strong where you get the concept of a strong aura, a strong and very highly activated Merkabah, which is which is basically your avatars, all in one. When your avatars are all activated, they begin to harmonize, meaning which basically your soul and your mind and your spirit, and as well as your vessel, going into a state of balance, a yin yang. Okay, so they're operating on one consciousness, which is also known as the God consciousness, generating, operating, and destroying on one consciousness. So basically, you're alchemizing, transmuting, transferring, and transmitting your essence. Um, and actually, I said transmitting, transforming, and as well as your essence within your mind, um, all at once. Okay, and that appears to be what you call astral projection. Okay, so and this appears when you are astral projecting as a very powerful ball of basically your essence, your energy, um, when you're traveling the you know the mind, the deeper aspects of the mind. Okay, with your soul though. Okay, that's different from traveling with your spirit. When you're traveling with your spirit, you're in the etheric realms, which is a lower dimension than the astral realms, the higher dimensions. There is a dimension where only souls do travel um past that point, and that would be the astral realms, and then higher. And in those realms, there's a higher frequencies and vibrations and tones, and as well as the radiation is different. So you may see a mixture of different what you believe to call as colors. So like violet is a combination of blue and purple. Okay, so that's a higher vibration than blue and purple. Um, then you have indigo. Oh no, that's violet. No, violet is a combination of blue and red. So then that would be higher vibration than blue and red. And then you have indigo, which is a combination of blue and purple, which is a higher vibration than blue and purple. So the vibrations begin to appears to be mixed. The color, what you call colors, appear to be mixing, and those colors are stronger in essence because they are emitting, omitting, and emitting a deeper vibration, frequency, and tone. So this is what basically happens when you strengthen your when you tune into your soul and your mind and your spirits more. Okay, it begins to appear that your what you believe to be called is the colors of your auric field begin to kind of glow, and some some others might call it like a rainbow aura, but it begins to look like a mixture of different high vibrational frequencies, or what you call darker colors or ambient colors, or like brighter colors mixing together all at once. And that's what the astral realms look like. I mean, not look like, appear to be when you are traveling with your Merkabah, which is basically your avatar, which is your light ship. Okay, your mind, your soul, and your spirit, basically your auric field, as well as your soul, your mind, and your spirits. Okay, so it's I wouldn't say it's necessarily a light ship, but more like you're just traveling with your soul. Okay, and if you could see it from your vessel's point of view, it would be appearing as if you're traveling as a, not a miniature sun, but just like as if you were literally, or you are literally the sun, just in motion throughout a very, what you may call, a colorful realm. Okay, which is once again, when you're at a higher vibration and frequency, the abyss doesn't look so dark. It's very what you may call a colorful realm. Once again, our place to be, quote unquote, figuratively speaking, not literally. Okay, because it's not actually a place. It's right here, right now. But so yeah, then you have, and the reason why these things are all making sense is because not only is this what makes up of your different avatars, which is your mental, your psychological, your spiritual, your soul, you may call it, you may believe it's called your physical avatar, which is just your crystal avatar. All of those, when you combine all of those things, that's basically how your soul works within the realm of light, the realm of illumination, which is also going from the first to the third dimension, or what you may believe to be called the physical realm. Okay, which is once again the crystalline realm, which is why crystals exist on this realm, but in a higher dimension, they're just balls of light. Okay, which is why on the lower dimension, they reflect light. They appear to be reflecting light, which is not necessarily what's actually truly happening. They're just appearing as light. Okay, which is why when you look at stuff like glass and bones, and as well as your different glands, you'll find crystals in different parts of your vessel, and they begin to sparkle. Okay, they begin to shine because these are remnants, or pieces of your spirit, your spiritual energy, or the energy of your spirit shimmering through. Okay, pieces of your vessel. Okay, pieces of which is only possible because of your soul, because souls exist. Okay, and what makes the soul immortal is because that it can regenerate, it can resurrect, incarnate, and reincarnate. So that's what immortality and God